And there's a little giggle from Ashley as we go live. Hey, how's it going? I was sharing awful nursery rhyme versions of when I was a child. So hey, how's it going? We're Adventure Lollygagging. We are playing The Dead Are Coming tonight, which is a wonderful little game by Diogo Nogueira, who's does a lot of different indie RPGs, Solar Blades, Cosmic Smells. That'd be funny. Solar Blades and Cosmic Spells, and then they also did like kind of this grouping of like Into the Odd, Electric Bashland inspired zines not too long ago. One of which is The Dead Are Coming, which is kind of zombie themed. There's others as well. Like I think it's like Scream Amongst the Stars, which is more like space horror. So we love Electric Bashland here. So we figured this makes perfect sense. Let's play like another like cool like adaptation of it. Like that's kind of inspired by it. So we're gonna get going with that. Before we get started, couple quick plugs, just because that's what we do. But we're on a we're going to be playing a bunch of different games over the next couple of weeks, but we got a couple of big ones. First of all, Monday, we're continuing our Alien game on this channel, 9 Central. We've been continuing. It's like a kind of our biggest show right now. We are a good 12 episodes into a campaign, and everything is just going absolutely awfully in all the greatest of ways. You can catch up on YouTube if you're behind, but come check us out live because we have a lot of fun. Starting in a couple weeks, we're going to be, I think it's March 19th is what we agreed on. We're going to be starting up a Delta Green game. We're going to be playing Impossible Landscapes, which is a new campaign that's been dropped a couple months back. So we're going to give that a go. Very excited. First time playing Delta Green for us. And then on every other Monday over on the Free League Publishing channel, we just started up a brand new game, Things from the Flood. We're going to be playing like a little sandbox mystery landscape for a while, so lots of good things. And then we're going to have time to play games like these, indie games that we can come kind of pop in from time to time. We love rules-light games that are flexible and allow us to kind of use it however we please, and this is one of them. So with that out of the way, let's get started. We're going to roll characters up really quick for this. If you've never played Into the Odd or Electric Bashland, or any of the various iterations or games inspired by this, character creation is super simple, super easy, and it's also random. So everybody in the group has a character sheet up on Foundry. If you want to go and locate that really quick. Okay, so there are 3 stats in this game, 3 attributes, I should say: strength, dex, and willpower. And strength is what you think it is, so it's hitting things with heavy, picking things up, etc. Dex is about kind of speed and agility, and then willpower is more like charisma and like sort of mental fortitude. So kind of a combination of those two things. In this game, you roll your stats randomly, but you do have a little tiny mercy rule at the end where you're able to kind of flip-flop to if you want. When it comes to rolling these, you need to roll 2d6 plus 3 times. And so strength is the first, dex is the second, willpower is the third. If you want to go ahead and roll those in the chat now when you're ready. Melissa just did, so she got 11, 12, and 11. So 11 strength, 12 dex, and 11 willpower. Derek also rolled an 11. 13. One more, Derek. 11, 13, and 12. Who's next?
Nice. Rolling well.
Long, you want to go? Keep going. 2 more long. So we got 12. Seven.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. That's not good at all. Yeah. You're going to die. You're going to die. And what was the last one? 12. So 12, 7, 12. Okay, Ashley, so you want to do 2d6 plus 3, and you want to do that, roll that 3 separate times. So you can do the /r command and 2d6 plus 3. Just do that and then hit up. Okay. Ooh, 13. 13, 12, and 9. Okay, so now you're
Right.
you're gonna punch those into your character sheets. But you do get, again, like there's a small mercy if you want to flip flop some stuff. So you can pick 2 stats to switch. So you can't move them anywhere you want, but you can swap 2 stats. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, Melissa, since we're going to do this in order because it worked really well when you started out that way, we're going to roll for HP and resources now, and then we'll also get your background from that. So go ahead and roll 1d6 2 different times.
Well, I got a 1.
That's no good.
I know. And then I got a
no,
3.
That's no good at all. All right,
I
so
know.
you have 1 HP,
1 HP. All right.
and you have
It's the glass cannon build.
She is the glass cannon for sure. And 3 resources. Resources in this game are split across a couple different things. You've got food, water, bullets, and fuel. This game is a zombie apocalypse game. It's set in modern day or just barely past modern day. So the things that you would expect to find. When you roll your resource score, you can allocate them to whatever of those you want. So you can have like 1 food, 1 water, 1 fuel. You can have 1 food, 1 water, and like and 2 in 1 bullet, 2 of this, 1 of this, 3 in all of 1, whatever you want. So you allocate that how you see fit. The next thing we do is we figure out what your background is, and it's relative to those 2 numbers. So we kind of look at a little chart. And we look at how much HP you have, and we look at how many resources you have, and that combination is what we have. So what do you have there?
I am an inmate, so my items are a chain and a dodgeball.
Okay,
An inmate with 1 HP.
an inmate with 1 HP. Yes.
Every time there was a fight in the rec room, she was on the ground, out cold.
She was the type of inmate who found someone bigger to protect her while she was there.
Yes.
So to speak. Okay, so you can go ahead and add your items in manually. Just put in chain and put in dodgeball. Chain you can use as a weapon, so you can add that as a weapon. Dodgeball, I don't think I would use that as a weapon necessarily, but we can use it for different reasons. Okay, so then let's go, Derek.
Wilson. All right.
You're up
so
next.
1d6, that's my health.
Okay.
I'm not much better.
And then another one for your resources. Okay.
4 resources.
And again, you can allocate them however you like. And so then when we look at yours, you got a 2 and a 4. You were a fisherman. Your item A is a net, and item B is a small boat.
All right.
Okay. Next up, Long. Go ahead. 1d6 and then another d6.
4 and a 4.
Okay, perfect. So 4 HP, 4 resources to allocate. You were a tour guide. You have a regional map, and you have a walking stick, and that walking stick can be used as a weapon. It does 1d4 damage if you use it. You're a little out of focus too. You might want to lean in or a little bit, or if you have a light, kick your light up a little bit. Maybe it might help as well. And then Ashley, your turn.
I rolled a 4 and a 4.
Okay, roll. How about we do 1 more d6? We'll switch out this second one. So go ahead, 1 more d6, Ashley. You can still have those stats, but we'll make you're a teacher.
Okay.
You have a large metal ruler and a box of chalk. All right. So everyone's got their backgrounds, everyone's got their resources, their HP, and their
Could
attributes.
I add a walking stick, and what was the other one?
You've got a walking stick and what did I say? A regional map.
Okay.
So you kind of can help where everything is. All this stuff, by the way, I put in the journals, so you can look at the character creation thing.
We're in a neighborhood, right?
You're going to be this adventure will take place in and around a trailer park.
Okay. So is my small boat in a wagon or something?
We'll say there's a canal near the trailer park.
Okay.
Easy peasy. Okay. So the next thing is that you all have to designate a personal item. A personal item is just sort of like a keepsake that you use in this game. One other big change that doesn't exist in Bastion Land and Odd is that there's a stress mechanic, so you can take kind of willpower damage from stress. Having a personal item can help kind of heal that stress. So it's just something that you look to a lot. There's something it could be a photograph, could be a lucky charm, whatever it might be. It doesn't necessarily have some crazy great mechanical effect, but the main reason you have it is just because it makes you feel better. So you can make that whatever you like it to be. All of you also get a flashlight for free. And again, all these items you can just add manually to your character sheet. And then you also get to pick your own weapons. You pick whichever weapon you want. Now, the weapon that you pick there's a couple different categories, and it's kind of up to you. I was talking about this before character creation, or before we went live, is how, like, if you want a gun, take a gun, but the danger with guns is that you can run out of bullets, right? So if you have like one bullet, for instance, if that's your resource score for bullets is 1, whenever you roll damage, your damage dice for your gun, if you ever roll a 1, you have just depleted your ammo, right? You've just or you have to reduce like your resources by 1. So
can we see them in the items?
Yeah. So in items, there should be a folder. Let me see if I've given you. Here you go. You should now be able to see like just the basic categories. So there's unarmed, and everyone can have unarmed. That's fine. There's small melee weapons. Melee weapons are things like daggers, hammers, bats, like really simple bats. Hand axes, stuff like that. These can also be thrown, which is the benefit of those. They only do 1d4 damage. The medium melee weapon is more like fire axes, machetes, swords, baseball bats that have like little spikes or nails in them, and they do 1d6 damage. Large melee weapons are likely going to require 2 hands, are going to be a little bit more unwieldy. They do have like a reach. They can kind of attack from a slight distance. Those are things like katanas and Zweihanders and halberds. And you're welcome to flavor this however you want. So Derek, it wouldn't be an Electric Bastion game if there wasn't an oar in it. So if you feel like using an oar, you're welcome to do that.
Can we call my chain a small ranged?
Small ranged? I don't think
it's got a little bit of reach to it if it's a chain.
No, I think the chain is actually listed under something else if you want to keep reading.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we can list it under something like a medium melee is fine with me.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead, Derek. You were saying something.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, what about like a small like fishing spear? Like,
sure.
Is that a medium or is that technically large?
Well, if we're calling it small, I would say medium. You know, if it's not like if you're talking about something that's
like hunter-gatherer era that you just would stab fish out of the like river.
Yeah, I think medium's fine.
Okay.
It's probably not so big and unwieldy that you need two hands for it. Then there's small ranged, medium ranged, and large. And again, those ranged, you can get crossbows and bow and arrows and stuff, but you have to worry about your ammo, right? There's also things like grenades and stuff. If you want them, you can take them, but they're pretty much one-use items. So once you use a grenade, you can't really like put the powder back into the grenade. So you have that to concern yourself with. Some items you'll notice have the ability to do burst fire. If an item can do burst fire, what this means is that you can burn 1 bullet resource to deal the weapon's damage to 1d6 targets who are within close range of each other. So it's like doing a spray of a weapon if you want. Some of them also, especially the larger weapons, only fire in burst. So that's the other thing to concern yourself with. And again, limited resources. Okay, how are we doing on weapons?
You said we could pick anything?
You pick any weapon you want.
Any one weapon, right?
Any one weapon. You get one weapon. This is in addition to if you got a weapon from your just the roll in the background, that's fine. You can get another one. But like everyone just gets one free weapon.
I think I was able to get like a prison guard club. That's what I think.
Yeah, like a nightstick or something. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
I like it. Sounds good.
Would you say my large metal ruler would be a medium melee weapon?
No.
Because I'm thinking of those like huge ones that the teachers had.
No, I'd give you a small for that. I don't
Small?
think I'd go
Okay.
medium. No.
Then I'll take a medium melee weapon, and it's gonna be like a baseball bat with like nails in it that was confiscated.
Okay, perfect.
What kind of school did you teach at?
A very rough one.
Yeah.
Maybe like throwing knives or something.
You could do throwing knives. Those are small. You could probably treat those as small ranged weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Like darts or something like that. Yeah. That is a rough PE class. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to roll for a physical detail and a personality trait. This is just this wonderful thing that you can find in The Dead Are Coming is that there are so many wonderful tables like that you can just use to create stuff. Characters, enemies, locations, missions, stuff like that, conflict. And you're going to be able to do that now. So you're going to roll 2d6s at the same time because it's basically you're rolling a d66. And that's going to create a number between basically 11 and 66. So, Melissa, you want to go ahead and do it? If you want to roll 2.
Yeah, I got 41 and 26. So
you could roll 2d6 at the same time.
Yeah, so acid burns is my physical detail.
Okay.
And my personality trait is that I'm lazy.
Okay, fair enough. Derek, you want to go ahead? 2d6s 2 different times. Okay, first one's 54, and second one is 61. So 54, physical detail, you have a pointy nose.
Yep.
And your personality trait is that you are vivacious. Ooh.
All right.
Or vivacious fisherman with a pointy nose. Long, you've got 31. You're a bald, so you pulled a coder. Sorry. And somewhere coder's like, ooh. That hurts. My back hurts. I feel like I just got stabbed in the back. And your personality trait is that you are sensitive. And then Ashley, 51. You have full lips.
Okay.
And you are treacherous.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Good to go. Hair today, gone tomorrow. That's probably why you're very sensitive about being bald. Just don't make fun of his baldness. Okay, so let's just do a recap then, and then we can start up. So we'll just go by the overlay. Long, you want to summarize your who? Do you have a name for your character? Background? What do they look like? That kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm going to be Robert, and he's a tour guide. Middle-aged. Knows his parts quite well. He's bald, and he's very sensitive about it, apparently.
Okay.
Because it's just starting to fall out.
Oh wow.
I'm not bald. It's thinning.
Does he have a comb over? Oh no, that's even worse. Just let it go.
Yeah, we'll give him a little bit of one.
Oh no, that's a shame. Okay. Ashley.
I'm gonna be Miss Mandy.
Miss Mandy, because you're a teacher. That's right. Okay. And then Melissa. Who are you?
I'm going to be Billy.
Billy. Okay.
Billie.
Okay. I wrote it down the other way, but that's fine. Okay, Billy. And you're an
lazy
inmate
with an acid burn. And I have, I'm going to say 2 water and 1 food.
Okay. Fair enough.
I like to think my full lips aren't just naturally full, they're Botox and they don't move.
Were you a PE teacher? Someone said that in chat. Were you a PE teacher, or were you something else?
You know what? I don't know. I think she's in 8th grade, just history teacher who also got roped in, to teaching PE.
Oh gosh, you were a sub. Okay. What grade?
8th.
You were a substitute teacher in middle school.
Oh, that's awful.
This zombie apocalypse don't mean shit to you. You got this.
Yeah.
You got this. This is easy by comparison.
My school that I was at, my bat is confiscated from that school.
Yeah, the bat with the spikes doesn't really. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nothing. Okay. And then Derek, who are you? Botox.
Yeah, so my name's Huck. I'm a fisherman.
I love
got
it.
got me a fishing spear. And if the spear don't work, I got my pointy nose to try and wrangle the fish up. I got a small boat for a trailer park. Don't make much sense, but I dug a canal over my lifetime before the zombies hit. So I ride my boat around. I got 1 food, 1 water, and 2 fuel.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Did anybody take a gun?
No.
No good.
Nobody took a gun.
Was I supposed to roll for food and stuff, or?
It was your resource score in the beginning. So
And then you just divvy that up however you
and
want.
you divvy that up.
Oh, I had 4.
So then you can divvy that up however you want. So
Excellent, thank you.
every day you basically need to eat a food and a water. If I don't think we're going to be playing like a really long stretch tonight. Like we're probably just going to do a day or two. So it's probably not going to come into play yet. It could, depending on how things play out. Which isn't to say that you shouldn't have food or water, because you should have at least one. But okay. Any questions by you all before we get started? Because we can get going otherwise.
What is our chance of survival knowing that none of us have a firearm?
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm going to make my dodgeball a weapon, by the way.
Firearm makes noise, Melissa.
You're going to make your dodgeball into a weapon, a 1d4 weapon.
A small
Oh no,
melee
it's
weapon.
filled with cement.
I kind of want to feel like the dodgeball. I want it to be like at disadvantage. Like you roll
If you-
2d4 and take the lowest, because I just don't feel like dodgeballs really do that much.
You can dodge a ball, you can dodge a wrench. That's
if she
her
had
secret.
a wrench, that hurts. But like a dodgeball doesn't really hurt.
That's her secret. She just cut the ball open and put wrenches in it.
Okay, fair.
I was an inmate. I have perfected my dodgeball.
Dodgeball filled with concrete.
strategy.
Can you even throw a dodgeball filled with concrete?
I think that's
I have
just
11
like
strength. I don't know.
I feel like you throw it once and it just breaks. Like that's
Yeah.
it. It's over. Okay. All right. We ready to get started?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it. So, as I mentioned, I've already kind of let some of the cat out of the bag, but let's little summary to set the scene here. The zombie apocalypse. It's about 3 months old, maybe 4. It's hard to really say to be certain, but definitely at least 3. None of you have really kind of kept in touch with everything. There's no more cell phone towers, don't really work. There hasn't been government or law enforcement support for at least half that time. No one's really seen anything. You don't really get any kind of TV signals anymore. Cell phones, not so much. Power grid's down for the most part. You might get some luck here and there. Periodically, you got a signal that comes on the radio that you all have somewhere in your trailer park that's either asking for or it's promising help. But mainly, you and a few others have been on your own. And you've kind of banded together with some other survivors in the Burnt Cabins trailer park off Highway 303. I'm taking the Burnt Cabins because we came up with that in a different game, and I like the name of it. So it's the Burnt Cabins trailer park off Highway 303. Others have joined you. So this game has a lot of different rules for like community and bans and followers. I'm not going to get into all that just yet, but I'm going to kind of keep it a little bit light and just say that for tonight, there are 4 others who happen to be with you. And you've been using the trailers, 3 specific trailers, kind of divvied up between the 8 of you. In the northeast corner of the Burnt Cabins trailer park. Those of you in the game, you can kind of see like this really crappy map I made in like 5 seconds. So I'm not showing that to stream because it's terrible. But despite there being a ton of space in this trailer park, which basically has these 2 large quadrants, there's the east one and then there's the west one, right? Think of them like kidneys almost, right? Like in that kind of shape. You all have been in the northeast corner for a little while, and you've been staying in these 3 somewhat reinforced trailers. Most of the park is unoccupied by the living anyway, and there's that the western side, the western quadrant is the really dangerous one. There's like half of it was burnt down long before you even arrived. But still, occasionally other survivors do turn up. Sometimes they're peaceful and they join the group, and sometimes they aren't. They come and steal and run away. Some of them stay for a little while and leave to go find greener pastures. But there aren't enough of you to defend the entire park. It's just way too big. There's, dozens and dozens and dozens of trailers and lots, and so you can't cover all of that. But you do share some lookout duties, and you share some basic chores, and you scavenge some food and supplies from other trailers, especially on the eastern side. But you know that after so many months, you're running out of things to scavenge, especially on the eastern side, and trips to the west side are fairly dangerous. There's been really only one voice in the darkness that kind of comes on, and it is on a radio. It is like a a public radio, private radio, pirate radio type of thing. There's some guy who calls himself the Archangel Gabe, who's been periodically like kind of calling out, keeping people up to date on different things, throwing out rumors about whether a FEMA camp might be coming down or support, or a helicopter or an airplane was spotted, that kind of thing. Recently, as much as the last couple of days, he's been tracking a herd of zombies. Mostly the zombies are what are called the sluggish version, like the slow movers, but there's a bunch of others that are kind of mixed in. But it's a massive herd of zombies that have been moving down to 303, and he keeps hoping that they're going to leave, that they're going to kind of pull off at some point. And so there's anybody who's listening, he just keeps warning folks. And so all of you know, because your trailer park is right on the edge of the 303, it's just a matter of time at this point before hundreds and hundreds of sluggish zombies and other types descend upon you. This morning, you know that the herd has started to veer off the highway itself, and he doesn't know. And so you got some of these messages this morning from the Archangel Gabe, who kept saying, "I don't know who's out there listening, but I tell you this. I don't know how long I can keep broadcasting in here. I'm going to do it because it is my divine duty to make sure all of you survive. But I got some spitters outside the station. I can feel the walls trembling. There's something big out there. I don't know if I can get out, but I tell you, they ain't getting in. Not if Archangel Gabe has anything to say about it. So anybody who's living off the 303, you just keep your eyes peeled and you find some shelter. Or you just get the hell out of Dodge, because you don't want this wave going down over top of you, is what I'm saying." So your group has been getting like really nervous, and there's been a debate about whether you guys should stay and barricade or whether you should go and just get out of Dodge. So we'll start there. It's morning. We just heard this broadcast. You got a handful of other folks that are in the group. You've got this sort of like shaggy red-haired dude, ginger, named Keith, who's constantly arguing about like I want to keep my family alive, and his family is really just like this woman who's not really his wife, and apparently they have 2 dogs, and like they just want to get out. And then there's a couple others, that there's little Kaylee, who's is like a teenager, little skater punk girl, and might be her uncle. You're not really sure. And everyone's just kind of arguing this morning about whether to stay and barricade or whether to pack up your things and go. And so they turn to you all, and they want to know, like, what do you guys want to do? Like, dude, like. Keith is like, "I think we should leave. Let's go. We got the Honda. Let's just pack up the Honda. We got that F-250 on the other side over in Juniper Square. We can get on over there. We can get that truck up and moving, and we can get on out of here, no problem." And so they look to you. What do you all think?
Leap to where?
Anywhere is better than here.
A well-fortified position is a better position to keep. We've been here for a while. We know this area. It is much better to fight in familiar areas than to go out into the unknown and fight out there.
But you talk about well fortified. We ain't got any kind of wall around the damn trailer park. It's just a chain link fence is all it is, and there's tons of holes in them all over the place. We ain't fortified at all. This ain't like some kind of special type of orange juice with vitamin C in it. We ain't fortified.
No. I say that we make our stand here.
Well, before we make that say, what if we better observe this so-called horde that's on our way?
Now listen, that sounds like a job that you can handle without me. I'm going to go ahead and just start looking around for other things, thank you. Me and my wife. And she's just like looking over like, And she's like got like these fake nails that she's put together, and like they're all kind of different mismatched colors. And they're carrying around their little tiny little barking dogs and carriers. And
Oh
like,
no.
we're gonna just go ahead and take a look for other things around here, and you just all tell me what y'all decide. And so he wanders off. When you look around at who's left, you notice that Kaylee's uncle is still there. We'll say Kaylee's uncle, you know, this kind of looks like an ex-football type, kind of a grizzly beard, calls himself Justin. And what's up? And he's kind of he's sitting there, and he's got what looks like his big old phone out, and he's like playing a game on it, and he's just not really paying attention at all. He wasn't really getting involved in the conversation. He's like, yeah, whatever, I don't care at all. But you notice that Kaylee's not around, and so one of you was missing.
One of us is missing.
Mm-hmm. Kaylee is missing. Like, all of you are here. Justin's here. You just saw Keith, and you just saw his wife kind of wander off with their dogs into somewhere else in the trailer park. But you notice that like the teenage kid is missing at this point. But he doesn't seem too concerned.
I feel like Miss Mandy is a little bit of a busybody, and she would be absolutely just like, really, really, there's zombies about, and she's gonna disappear off somewhere, and she'd go looking for Kaylee.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. And he just kind of goes back. He's playing some stupid game. He's like, it's like Candy Crush or something. Yeah. Oh! You made me. Come on. Yeah, I'm trying to. I gotta start all over. That was gonna be a high score. It's terrible. It's just. Ugh. Okay. You know a few things. You know that there's a couple other people in the park, especially on the east side, like that don't really congregate. You know, they don't really congregate with like the main group, but they've kind of wanted to be by themselves. You know that there's like a hoarder named Big Beatty. You know that there's like this like grandmotherly old figure who occasionally comes and like brings y'all like baked goods and such, and like trades that for other resources and things, or if she needs something fixed. You know that there's Dottie, and you know that there's this redneck married couple, at least they call themselves married, named Cletus and Bobo, but you don't really see them very often, and they're kind of violent, but I mean, they like to blow stuff up. They have a lot of firecrackers and things, and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But those are the only other people that you would know in the trailer park somewhere.
Are there any other teenagers?
You do not know of any other teenagers, which isn't to say that there aren't any. Again, most of you have only really scouted like the eastern side. Like, you've probably made some trips over to the west side, but not for very long.
Gotcha. Would you say Kaylee has a sweet tooth?
Sure.
So then I would probably check at Dot's first.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Billy will join Miss Mandy on the search for the missing teen.
Okay.
I too will go, but I'm curious, what's this building below the barricade that bisects the east from the west?
Ping it for me.
It's like it says Wave Building.
It's a great. It does look like it says Wave Building. We're gonna call it like a maintenance shed.
Okay. Just yeah. So wait. So do we like? Is this like a map that we all have on our person? And
This is
then
the map you all have. You know that most of those green X's, like, you've kind of cleared those places. You know that there's like a busted fence that's just way too like on the eastern side. You know that there's like a truck. Like, there's certain things that you've kind of marked here and there. You also know that there are some dangerous things on the west side, including the clubhouse where the swimming pool used to be. It's now just dried out and empty. You know that like Cletus and Bobo live over in the west side somehow, and they have like a fairly large collection of guns, which is why most of you don't really see them very often.
Let's clear out the area a bit, and then we'll decide if we need to leave, or if this place is strong enough to hold.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with the group.
Okay, so you're heading over to Dottie's. Fair enough. All right. So, don't mind me. So as you start heading over to Dottie's, what you know is towards the front gate. Not all the way towards the front gate. This is like all the way to the east. But you even though some of this place has been scouted, like you all would know to take your weapons and be careful and kind of look as you go and make sure everything's going on. And when you pass by the gate, which is barricaded, you know that there's a series of like old cars and stuff that no longer work. There's a couple golf carts that people have collected over the course of time because there were a lot of golf carts in this trailer park. A lot of retirees have blocked the main path in. But as you're moving past it, and you're looking out eastward towards the road, you do notice something a little alarming. You notice that there are some motorcycles out on the outside of the gate, like these big Harley types, and they were not there the last time you all were here before.
Ooh.
Are they just like standing? Are they running?
No, they're playing instruments. Yeah, they're motorcycles. They're leaned on their side and like they're they're set up. It's like somebody parked them there.
Okay.
And they're in nice rows. Go ahead, Long.
How many?
5.
Well, you reckon they want to stop here for?
Well, they'd probably be looking for things.
Yeah, Miss Mandy just looks at him like, really? They're probably gonna raid us. We better hurry and check on Miss Dottie.
They better not touch my boat.
So you all would know from Archangel Gabe has mentioned that the area is kinda there's a group in the area known as the Children of the Apocalypse, who they're a biker gang. Doesn't mean that it's these people, but they're supposed to be bad news. And you remember listening at one point to one of his broadcasts maybe a week ago or so, and he's like, there's worse things in the apocalypse than zombies. That's what I'm saying. Not many things worse, but some things are worse. So just if you see them damn bikes coming down the road at you, if you see that cut, you just stay hidden. You just get the hell out of Dodge as soon as you can. Now, whether it's the same people or not, you don't know.
Did the broadcast mention what flag or what colors they run?
Yeah,
symbol.
He did describe that the cut that they wore, it's some kind of like there's some sort of like child, like a cherub type angel in the back, but like skeletal with skeletal wings.
While we're walking to Dottie's and we're passing by the pile of cars, I'm assuming the map also says the truck needs a battery on it. Like those are notes we've written to ourselves on the map.
Yes.
So I guess Huck would be like, well, we got all these cars piled up, and are we check any of them for a battery we could throw in the truck in case we decide to leave?
It's a good idea, Huck.
I know. I sniffed it out.
But if this group means trouble, we better be careful.
Well, just look for the skeleton child or whatever Gabriel said.
Okay. So you're going to take some time to dig and kind of go through these barricade vehicles to see if any of them have a decent battery. Okay.
Yeah.
Roll a will check right now just to see if you know enough about like just kind of the what size battery, what's a good battery for this. Okay. You start digging through them. And as you do, like you find a couple that are corroded. Some of these cars haven't, like they're big old like Ford Lincoln Mercury types, these like old fella cars. And others are just golf carts. And the golf carts, like that's that's obvious. But you go in some of the larger cars, and you start pulling them out, and you're not really sure exactly what you're looking at. You're on a mechanic. Unfortunately, your pal, the mechanic, well, unfortunately, he had an injury with a propane tank a little while ago, and no one's seen him since.
Yikes.
So he would have been the best person to ask. But you're going to grab 2 of them. So you'll grab 2 of these. They look okay. But as you're doing this, you know that right out in front of the gate, there's like this little security, like there's an actual gate, but it doesn't really function anymore. But there's also some small little, not the clubhouse, but sort of like a welcome area, and there's like a security shed. Long, or I should say, Robert, you notice movement through one of the windows.
I'll signal Huck over here to get out of sight. And then I'll also hide. And
Okay.
then maybe scout it out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll duck down.
All right. So you wanted to scout it out? Is that what you said, Robert?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Go ahead and roll a dex save. Let's see, because this is going to be somewhat dangerous. Okay.
He sets off a car alarm.
2 is really good. Remember, rolling low is better.
Low is good? Okay.
Under is what we want. The
Right,
lower
right,
the better. So technically, you failed your roll there.
Damn it, I felt so good about a 15.
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
cool.
Yeah, you got to go. It's equal to or under is the save. Okay. So you get fairly close, Robert, to this small security shed, and you can see the shadows and the movements in the window, and then you hear the sound of breaking glass as you see that a small safe, is hurled out the window onto the ground, and the door kind of flings open, and you can see all sorts of different stuff kind of fall on the ground on the other side of the barricade from you. And then emerging from this little gatehouse, you see that there's 2 guys, both of them quite tall, like good 6'3", 6'4". They got greasy black long hair. They're dressed all in black. They're wearing neither of them are wearing shirts. They just wear their cuts. And you notice that one of the you can see the back of one of the cuts as they're coming around the corner, and you can see that it is in fact that cherub with the skeletal wings.
Okay. I'll sneak my way back to the group. Tell them we got some doobilies.
Okay. I'm sorry, what did you just call them?
Some doobilies.
Some doobillies?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got trouble.
Got trouble. Okay. All right, so you come back to the group. He tells you. And you saw 2 of them. And you know that there were 5 bikes.
Oh.
Yeah, they're part of that sacred angels, sacred children.
Children of the apocalypse.
So how far is the group from that building where we saw 2 of them?
Well, he was the only one who said he was scouting, so I assumed all of you were staying a healthy distance
Hiding.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah, we're
require a
hiding.
roll. Him sneaking up would require a roll.
Okay, how close are we to Dottie's then? Because we could just duck between trailers and random
Oh
objects.
yeah, you can make it there. It's not an issue. It's just you were just taking the fastest route, but now you can just
But is she the closest to like the barricade that we've been at?
She's the closest to the what would have been the front gate to the trailer park.
Which direction were they going? Like further in?
Well, it looked like they were just sort of ransacking the security gate and kind of going through whatever they threw. Like you all have probably been in that room before, and you know that there is a safe in there, and you just haven't never bothered with it, and they were bothering with it.
Yeah, I say we stay hidden until it looks like they're going somewhere where we know someone needs protecting.
Okay. All right. All right. So you continue in the direction of where you know Dottie to be. I'll ping it on the map for you, like where she is. It's number 18 over here on the east. And you guys were right around there just a second ago. So you're just kind of doing your best to weave. Like you're not staying on the main road, but you're weaving between different trailers. Who's out in front?
Mandy,
Uh,
maybe?
Who's the strong one there?
I got a strength
I-
of 12. I'm okay.
Yeah,
You're
it was
also
probably-
carrying. You're also probably carrying the two car batteries, which aren't like car batteries aren't like the lightest things in the world.
Right, yeah, that's true.
And maybe me.
Okay. All right. So Miss Mandy, you're out in front. You got your steel ruler ready to go, and you hear the sound like a kind of the sound of something smashing, and you hear yeah.
Do I see the zombie?
Who's saying anything about zombie? I just told you what you heard.
Oh,
It's up ahead somewhere. You're probably a good, let's call it 100 feet away from where Dottie's trailer would be, but
Okay.
you hear something up ahead somewhere. You hear like like something's banging against something, and you hear like the
okay. I'm gonna get my bat out, and as I'm pulling it off my back or whatever, hopefully everybody else kind of is in the same mindset and keep going forward.
Okay.
Guards Club is out.
Are you trying to move stealthily up, or are you trying to like move quickly, or what are we thinking?
Sneakity sneak.
Okay, we'll sneak.
Okay. Who's got the?
I'm sneaking. You can go up ahead on
Okay.
your own if you want, but I'm sneaking.
Okay. So anybody, we'll say who's got the lowest dex, like the worst dex score. We'll do it this
12.
way.
12.
12.
13.
All right. Ashley, go ahead and roll a dex save. You're rolling it for the group since you're up in front. Okay. So you're leading them, and you're kind of
Very nice.
doing really crappy like military signals. You're like, peace.
Yeah, I'm like forward.
hang 10. Love you.
I'm not even doing like military signals. It's like those like baby signals that your teachers would do, like shh.
Okay. Okay.
Like
All right. So as you sneak up, you can see that banging on the door outside of Dottie's trailer is a zombie that's just banging on the door.
I want to clock his head off.
Okay. You see that there's a picnic table out front that has some stuff on it, like Dottie was working out here in some way. Okay. And so you want to get up and clock its head off. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
All right. So you rolled a successful dex save, so I'm gonna say you all can get an attack off just fine. Yeah. So go ahead.
Nice.
So in this game, there's like range increments. Every turn you can move and you can attack. So we'll keep it pretty light. So go ahead and roll your damage, Ashley.
So just 1d6 damage.
Okay.
I do 5.
All right, so you very carefully and very quietly sneak up around the corner of trailer 17. You kind of keep the picnic table between you and the zombie. You sneak up behind it, you move up a step, and then you just smash it right over the head. All right, how much damage you say?
5.
Okay, that's going to go right into its strength, and it's just going to go... And it turns around to look at you. What are the rest of you doing?
I want to come up behind it and use my chain to try to
Right.
kind of restrain it.
Okay. I mean, at this point, I don't think you can really come up behind it so much because you've got Ashley, you got Mandy on one side, you got the trailer on the other side, but you can try to restrain it if you want to wrap the chain around it.
Yeah.
Okay. What we'll say is if you're trying to restrain it, roll a strength save.
Okay.
So you're not really doing damage, you're just trying to restrain it.
Succeeded.
Okay, and we'll say like you have wrapped the chain around its arms, so its arms are pinned. It's still snapping out with its mouth, but as it's trying to reach, and you can see its hands are kind of half bone, half claw, and they're trying to reach out and slash away, but it can't quite seem to get those claws up. Huck or Robert, what do you want to do?
Let Robert go first.
You're gonna make me handle this one. All right.
I look down at the 2 batteries, man. Yep.
I'll come up with my
Tram.
walking stick.
Okay.
Takes a nice bat out of it.
All right. So you are also going to charge in and smash it with a walking stick. Go ahead. Roll your damage. A 1.
1.
Okay. It's
Ugh.
you're just smacking it over the head. It's like the scene from Shaun of the Dead. We're just like popping people like with cushion cricket backs, and it just doesn't seem. It's got a pretty hard skull. You can't quite get through it. And then finally, Huck.
Let's see. I'm assuming if I set the batteries down and take out like my spear, that would count as like either movement or action.
No, I'll say you can drop the batteries without.
Okay. Yeah.
taking
So I'll
action.
do that,
That's fine.
and then I'll just try to spear him.
Okay. So all of you have basically huddled around it on its little, like, because it's a trailer, so it's
bullying
going
it
up
for
a
its
little
lunch money.
step. Yeah, and so all of you are surrounded it at this point. And yeah.
4 damage.
Okay, 4 damage. So it
Give him a little
is-
poke in the brain.
It is snapping out. And it's going to, I'm going to say that it's not going to be able to claw, but I'm going to say it's still going to be able to bite. But I'm going to say it's going to bite with like disadvantage. So I'm going to roll two damage die. Actually, no, I'm going to roll a strength save to see if it can break the chain. That's what I'm going to do. So let me see if I can break out of it. Sorry, that was an 8 under 12. Let me roll that again so you can see it. That's a fail, so you can't. So there you go. I have some stuff I want to roll private, some stuff I want to roll public. So it's trying to get out of it, and it just can't quite seem to break the chain. But the last person up was Huck, and Huck, you hear, and you look that speeding from around the other side of this trailer. You see another one of these creatures. They're dressed in kind of like, almost looks like a gym outfit, and they have like a headband across their jaws kind of loose. They have like one sock that goes all the way up to their knee. The other one is just like kind of flopped down as if the elasticity has gone away, and it's just running as like super fast as it comes speeding around. It is zombie Richard Simmons, and it's going to take a claw attack, and I'll do a 1d4. We'll say
Don't you know you're dead? You can't get the benefits of cardio anymore. Why are you running?
1 for Long, 2 Ashley, 3 Melissa, 4 Derek. It'll be the target. This will be Melissa, and it's going to come right at the person.
Of course, the person with 1 hit point.
Yeah.
And it's going to
forgot
come
about that.
right up behind you and claw, and it's going to take you down. Like, you just right across your back, and you just feel it, and you just crumble. Go ahead and roll a strength save.
You bully the people with the lowest
You're
health.
okay.
All right.
You're okay. It was random.
It's just funny it was her. All of us have health, not her.
Okay. What do y'all want to do? Any order, I don't care.
I just want to maintain my
Okay.
like chokehold or whatever with this chain.
I'll say you can maintain that, and if you want, I'll say you can do like a if you want, you could do like a strength save to see if you can hold on to the chain and try to get like a punch, like an unarmed punch off at the same time. Okay. So roll a d4.
All right.
Is with one hand you're holding on to it and you're punching with the other, and it is, you get a good, and you see its jaw just go, and it goes flying off and rattles on the ground next to you, but it's still just rest of you, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna tackle this new zombie that just showed up.
You're gonna tackle a zombie.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sure. I'll say roll strength or dex, whatever you prefer.
I'd like to do Dex.
Okay, go ahead. That's fine.
It doesn't.
Okay. So you try to take this thing down, but you stumble. It's a very tight area. There's these very tall steps to get onto the trailer. And then there's like this picnic table that's in the way, and you just fumble trying to get through everybody. And this thing that you're trying to tackle is actually quite fast. So who else wants to go?
Can I just I want to hit the running thing.
Yeah,
like I want to like swing for its kneecaps.
Okay, so you still got one that's being held, and it's still snapping out as best it can, and then that's taken a beating, and you've got this other one over here.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to do?
Well, I'll try and finish the one that we're holding on to.
Okay, roll your damage.
4.
That is exactly enough. So describe how you kill this thing.
Miss Mandy has a little bit of like a mean streak in her. So she's already hit it once in the back of the head, and its jaw's missing now. So she just kind of goes and thwacks it along the throat. And like the nails kind of catch on it and just like tear that open.
Okay.
Do you learn this from your children that you teach? My God.
Yeah. You gotta learn how to.
I think the only person left to go is Huck.
Yeah, it's Huck. So Huck will turn around, hearing the thundering footsteps of the sprinting zombie, and just turn around and try and stab at that with the fishing spear.
Okay.
And
Go for it.
here we go. 3 deeps.
All right. That will... It's like you turn around, you jab the fishing spear, you're probably going for the head, but you miss, and you get it in the shoulder, and there's this deep welt now, and just like as you pull it out, a chunk of like dry flesh falls to the ground. And it's going to turn, and I'm going to D4 it up again to see which one it attacks. It's going to go, this time it's going to go after Mandy, watching as you destroyed this other one. Is going and it's going to just try to reach out and scrape you across your face.
Okay.
1 point of damage.
Okay.
All right. New round. The door to the trailer is now no longer fettered. Like, it's no longer blocked. You took the one out that was blocking it. There's this other one that's scrambling around on the ground in front. So.
Go after the one on the ground.
All right, go for it.
I'm gonna try to hit it with my guards club.
Go for it.
Six.
That's exploding. So in this game, when you do damage to a zombie, you get exploding damage. If you do max damage on your damage die, you roll another one. So go ahead and roll another d6.
Sweet.
And it just chain
It won.
infinitely.
Okay, it can chain, yeah. Yeah, it can chain. All right, no, it's still really good damage. Like, that's really, really good. And
I'm just going like center mass with this.
And there's
club.
this gaping hole in the chest. You see like this old wrinkly lung just plop out to the ground.
Ooh.
Its sternum and rib cage just kind of tear open like it's a screen door. Who's next?
I'd say Mandy'd be pretty pissed off that she got scratched. So I'm just gonna hit it.
Okay.
5.
5 points is pretty good. It's not quite enough to kill it.
It's not a 6.
You can see that, like, you take one of its arms kind of right off the same shoulder that Huck managed to drive the spear into. Like, you managed to cleave the rest of the arm off, and it's hanging by this very tenuous, like, tendril, just kind of barely connecting.
Ooh.
Long, you haven't gone yet, right?
Yeah, I'll continue the barrage. Just keep whacking at him.
Okay, so roll your damage.
5 this time.
Okay.
Wait, I didn't roll.
That's not
I didn't
you.
roll. It's bugged for me. 1 sec.
I'll go ahead and roll it while you're relogging.
All right.
Just so we can move on. You did 1 damage. The good news is it had 1 health left, so you were able to kill
Okay.
it. How do you kill it, Long?
I like pick myself back up from missing a tackle, and then get my walking stick into my hand. 2-handed it. Just whack it across the head.
And the head just goes and just rips clear off the neck and just goes flopping down and like rolls right over right between the 2 batteries that Huck dropped on the road. And you look around and you don't see any others currently around.
Robert, why the hell are you trying to wrestle a zombie?
I thought I could take it. It looked so scrawny.
Fair enough.
Okay. So you hear some like shuffling around inside the trailer.
Don't worry, Dottie. It's just us. We killed the ugly things, the zombies.
Oh, Huck, is that you? Oh, I was so scared. Oh my God, I wet myself like 3-4 times. And then you could hear like a couple latches, and suddenly it opens up. There's a screen door. It's got tears in it, but it's still there. She keeps it there no matter, even though there's no screen left.
Yeah.
It's good to see you. Oh, y'all look so good. And she's like all kind of holding her arm. And she's like, if it wasn't for y'all, I'd probably be dead right now. Oh, man. You hear what's that?
You said you wet yourself. Doing that just makes you more delicious to him, right? You got to hold it in. You can't be doing that.
I'm like 92 years old. I can't hold it in no more, Huck. It's just when it wants to come out, it comes out.
What's wrong with your arm, Dottie?
One of them near pulled it out of its socket is what happened. It's okay. And she's like fixing a sling on it at this point. It's okay. I'll be fine. I don't really feel much anymore. Not since Henry died.
Oh.
Your words cut deep.
47 years ago this day.
Before you put that on, I'm gonna kind of take this thing off and look for like
No,
marks or anything like that.
I didn't invite you inside.
Checking.
Billy, you are being untoward. This is still a civilized little area here, and you're not coming inside my home unless I say you can.
But Dottie, that's just her culture. Or she's an inmate, They just do this. They just let themselves in, and it don't mean no harm.
Well, that's how she got in the jails to begin with, is by doing harm like this. So no.
Yeah. No sense of personal space, and I'm still checking for any bite marks on her arm.
Roll a dex save to see if you can get into it.
If you're not more dexterous than a 92-year-old woman, I'm going to laugh.
It's gonna be.
I passed.
It will be.
Contested.
Yeah. She rolled a 3. She quickly closes the door. Seriously. Right in your face. And she's like, now, we're just going to have to talk like this then, aren't we? Now, thank you all so much. I appreciate it. I heard that there's a big old bang off over to the east a bit, and then like 5 minutes later, I see these two running through, chasing after me. I was just doing my morning nuptials out on the picnic. I was reading my verses, and then here they come.
Yeah, we got motorcycle demons too, or the biker gang, the Sons of Anarchy. They're here. I think that's the crash you heard.
The Children of the Apocalypse are here?
Yeah, I can't get their name
Sons
right.
Of Anarchy. I never watched that show. No, thank you. Too much drug use as far as I'm concerned.
Is Kaylee in there since you won't let us inside?
I haven't seen Kaylee all day. I haven't seen her for a couple days, in fact.
Oh,
Have you heard skateboard noises or teen angst by any chance?
Nah, Kaylee knows better than to come over here with her skateboard.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just like to think like she's just like loudly singing just like My Chemical Romance songs.
Now, you all be careful out there. Y'all fixing to have anything good for dinner tonight? Are we doing a spread?
We're debating if we're gonna be staying or leaving, to be honest, Miss Dottie.
What do you mean y'all gonna leave me?
Did you hear the radio broadcast? There's so many zombies coming up the highway.
You know I don't know how to make that thing work. Come on now.
Well, we're just saying maybe you should leave with us if we do decide to, because there's lots of zombies coming.
This is my home. This is where I raised my children. This is where I saw my husband die. And then it's where I saw my husband rise back up. And it's where I had to kill him again. And I am not going to leave.
Hold on, kill him again.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about this again.
You know how it works. We all got stories like that.
Yeah.
I don't like this music.
We can keep you with us, only if we know that you are not about to turn.
Why would I turn? Yeah,
Jeffrey.
Because
Billy,
you won't show us your arm, is why you might.
I showed you my arm. You know what, Billy? You can just go away. You can just go away. That's it. I'm sorry, Huck, Mandy, Robert, y'all are delightful people, and you're welcome to brownies anytime you want. But Billy, you can go fuck yourself.
And Billy's gonna turn around and just say, like, we're looking for Kaylee anyway. She's not here.
You're damn right she's not here, so why don't you get the hell off my porch?
Well, Dottie, just make sure you watch out for the bad people. I don't think they'll much care for your Bible verses as poetic as they are.
That's fair, but I tell you, you got a bad person amongst you. I think you know who I'm talking about.
Is it the devil?
No, it's Billy.
Oh, sorry.
And Billy's just gonna kind of do the behind the head like flicker off as she's like walking
She
away.
can't see you. The door's closed.
Oh, I thought like the
She closed the door to you. There's a
I thought it
screen
was just-
door.
We're
just yelling.
There's a
I
screen
thought
door.
it was
and
the
there's a
symbolic
door.
screen door.
No. The screen door was there the whole time. You were reaching through. Like there's no screen. It's just the frame
Yeah,
of the
right,
screen
right,
door,
right.
and you were reaching
Got
through it, and she quickly closed the door on you.
Got it.
Who do you think you are? Just who do
That's
you think
funny.
you are? Okay.
I go back to pick the batteries up that I carefully extracted.
Okay. You
Let's go take a.
you hear something, Huck, as you step out onto like this main road. You hear like a little motorcycle engine. You look around and you don't see it anywhere.
Is it coming from the gate? The
Yeah,
front
it's
gate?
coming from that direction, coming from back the way you came.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pick the batteries up and jog back and say, I think they might be moving on. I hear room noises from the motorcycle.
Oh, if they're
Oh.
leaving, it's a good thing.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't know if they're leaving. You just heard the engine running.
Yeah. Well, perhaps we should take the long way. See if maybe we can find it where Kaylee's hiding out.
Dottie said that there's a sound to the east and some zombies got in. We should probably check that out.
Dottie said that there was like she heard some kind of like explosion or something, some sort of racket going on to the south, over by where the fence was busted maybe, and then like minutes later she saw these two just like burning like hell right down the road towards her. These are what are called runners. They can move twice in a round. Or a turn.
Great.
If you've ever played
Right.
Left 4 Dead, there's a lot of love for Left 4 Dead in this game, I love Left 4 Dead, so it's great.
I'm just waiting for a witch or some sort of crying sound.
Oh
Can
my
we
God,
not?
witches.
No.
Who's got the shoddy? None of you have
Exactly.
shoddies. You guys are
None of us.
screwed. Oh man, and you don't have any Molotovs for the tank. Oh. All right. So what's next?
I think maybe we'll start heading that way
Okay. All
towards the busted fence.
right. Who's taking the lead?
I feel like I was dismissed and am therefore out in front.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, fair.
All right.
Huck's gonna call up to Billy. So why is it you have such a way with the elderly, Billy?
It's just a sense of practicality. We need to know if she turned, and that's really what matters. Can't have somebody that's about to turn. Right.
I mean-
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see Miss Dottie running at me like that tracksuit was. That'd be terrifying. That's a good point.
As long as she's locked up in her house. I mean, what can you do?
I didn't expect her to be so wily, actually. I thought that would just be a quick
Really?
arm and we'd be done.
She's always been very, very sensitive about her propriety.
I
Stand
didn't know
her
she was
ground.
that quick. That makes sense how she bakes all them brownies all the time. She must be flipping out batter like no other.
Oh my
That's
god,
true.
can you imagine? I forgot what that movie is, but it's of the old woman and she gets possessed by the devil and she's climbing up on the ceiling.
Yes.
Oh, Legion, right?
Yes,
Yeah, Legion.
yes.
Climbs up on that wall like a spider monkey. All right. So, Billy, you're out in front. You're the 1st to see one of the trailers up ahead is shaking. Like, back and forth.
Do we know anyone living in that one?
Not over here. You don't think anyone lives over here? I mean, this is almost open. This is near the fence, like where the big fence rip is, and no one stays over here. Like there's that big old F-250 down there that's in pristine condition, other than the fact that it ain't got no battery.
Ah, the King Ranch edition. That's a good truck.
But yeah, you see a trailer literally shaking back and forth.
So I'll wave everybody up and show them that there's trouble ahead.
Okay.
Is that one of them hydraulic systems like they got on the lowriders?
Oh no.
I don't
Right,
think it is.
cruising
Take
through
that
my
out of there.
neighborhood.
Would you say long?
I don't think anyone puts that on the trailer.
Why is it moving so much then?
And as you guys are
Something.
watching, you see as it just tips completely over and just goes doof, 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 right out into the middle of the road.
And what do we see on the other side of it?
You don't really see anything. Yeah, you don't have a good angle. You want to get closer?
No, I don't.
I don't think I want to get anywhere near something that can throw a trailer like that.
Let's get hidden and give this a couple minutes and see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, roll a dex save. Stay hidden.
Oh God.
Just one of you. Just whoever's got the lowest. Okay, 5's good. Okay. So you try to get a little hidden. You navigate between the different trailers, and as you do, you hear. And then you see another trailer start to wobble and then get thrown. You see this big hulking figure. It's kind of looking in between as it is in the middle of the road now. It's got these two trailers it's just knocked over and it's like and it just starts like punching one of the trailers that it just flipped over. This massive hulking figure.
I don't want to fight this. Do we want to fight this?
No, I
Hell
look sort
no.
of down at my club, and then I kind of look for like a better hiding place. Like
Okay.
this is not.
Okay. You do know that, like, if you're looking to get to that F-250, you know, it's going to be kind of close. So, but you can still get there if you want. You already rolled your stealth, so you know that it doesn't see you yet. So what do you do? Do you try to continue on stealthily towards the F-250? Do you turn back?
If we can sneak to the truck, we don't gotta find it. We can just hit it. Trucks are great at vehicular manslaughter. I see it all the time on the news. Back when Fox was on.
I don't know if a truck can kill that.
You've never seen an F-250. I can try and go. I got the batteries. One of them's gotta work, right?
So we're gonna separate.
I'll sneak
Wow.
with you.
No, I think we should at least stay together. So I guess we're sneaking towards the truck, Jeff.
Okay.
Outside of Huck, if you guys don't want to try and sneak past it, I
it's
totally
fine.
understand.
No, you're good. You're good. You got your 5. You
Okay.
sneak past it. It's
Oh,
not.
okay.
It's not an issue about sneaking past it.
Oh, I wasn't sure if we had to make more than one roll.
Yeah. No, you're good.
It's just about where do we want to go?
So you
It's gonna be a good news, bad news situation. Good news, you can start the car. Bad news, starting the car makes noise.
Yeah, it alerts the horde.
Right?
Oh God.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. So you guys manage to get around and go over to that cul-de-sac, and you look from a distance. You can see that there's a handful of trailers. A couple of them are caved in. That's not unfamiliar. You've seen this before. You see that there's like one of them has like this putting green and like these flamingos and stuff that are set up and everything. And then you see sitting out in front this pristine but covered in dust F-250, this kind of navy blue with these running stripes, got these wide wheelbase and everything. It's a pretty nice looking truck. But you do notice that there's like a kind of a dog sniffing around it.
You recognize the
Oh.
dog?
No, it doesn't look like one of Keith's.
Okay.
It's a little bigger.
I can pass up one of my rations of food and say, "I'll bet you he's hungry, and if you just throw it, he'll go away." You gotta bait him like I bait the fish, and then I'll stab the dog like I stab the fish. I won't actually stab the
And
dog.
then you get the food back. You're great.
Yeah.
It all works out. So what are you doing?
I just pass up a piece or a ration of food to Billy because Billy's up front and just say like,
Okay.
"Look me away from the truck." I don't know why I'm whispering. The dog can't understand me.
But the big thing.
That's
that
true,
those
yeah, we're
trailers
still-
Oh, okay, yeah,
hear
that's
you.
right.
You can hear it, by the way. It's a little ways off, but you can hear it. It's like... Occasionally you see something get thrown out into the middle of the street as you look up.
So I'm going to take the food and I'm going to throw it away from the truck.
Okay, so you...
in the direction of the dog.
You sneak up, you throw it towards the dog, but away from the truck. And it lands, we'll say, 25, 30 feet away from the truck. And you see it... You hear this like low growl start to happen. Okay.
Zombie dog.
It turns its head in the direction of Billy.
You have 1 HP. You're worth more.
And
food.
you can see that half of its face is missing, and it's just skull and tissue underneath. And it goes... And then it just starts to... starts charging at you.
I didn't want to have to hit the dog.
It's actually going to get to go before you because you've rolled a 5. It can move. These things are agile.
Well,
don't worry, PETA can't criticize us. It's an undead dog.
Normal and plus 1d4 dex. Oh boy.
Yes,
okay.
my 1 hit point.
So it's just 1. So on the bright side, good news, bad news situation. On the bright side, it's chasing after you, but it's not going to attack you. Instead, for my turn, I'm going to use its ability Howl. And so it's going to howl.
That's right.
And it's just chasing. It's like, but it's like all kind of weird. It's like, because it's only coming out half the mouth. And that's when you hear a sudden silence coming from up the road where the smashing has been. And then you hear...
uncle...
As you look...
My uncle used to go hunting with his dog. I think that dog just called his master.
And now it's your turns. But I would say that you can see that at a very long range increment, here comes this giant, well, let's call it a Hulk, because that's what that book calls it. Hulk is charging towards the Howl, and that's where you guys are. Whether it sees you or not is a different question, but it's charging towards the Howl. The dog is charging towards Billy. What do you four want to do?
All right, we got little time here. Let's get that truck up and running.
Okay. I look at Billy and I'm like, good luck. And I run over to the truck, start plugging the batteries.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
All right, so you're running over and you're going to get started on the batteries. Perfect. Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I'll help Billy with this dog here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just throw knives at it.
Okay, so you pop up and you just try to throw a knife. Okay, roll your damage.
Where is it? No.
This is
the
called
ones.
This is called a Z dog. Okay, that doesn't even get through its HP. You loser. So you throw at it, but it's just moving too fast, and you get you kind of scrape it against its side, but it doesn't seem to do much. Billy or Mandy?
I want to hit it with my bat.
Okay, so you move up, got your bat out, and you want to go and smash it. Go for it.
Got the grim adventures of Billy and Mandy over here.
4.
Okay, that'll move it
Oh my
into
god,
its
we
strength.
do.
And you hear a sickening as the spine just kind of breaks inward.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey Bert, how's it going? Yeah, no worries. I only cut a little bit of yours as well, but we're playing the Dead. The Dead Are Coming. So it's like an Into the Odd system basically, but it's zombie themed. It's by Diogo Nogueira. It's really fun. So we're in a trailer park and they're trying to get a Ford F-250 started while a zombie dog charges at them and a giant zombie tank like Left 4 Dead is charging at them as well. So lots of people streaming tonight. So thanks for stopping by. All right, so go ahead, Billy.
Swing at the zombie dog with my guards club.
Okay. Trailer park roll. We're having a lot of fun with these types of voices here and the zombies and such. Well, probably a little too much fun. I'm gonna get some combat music up. There we go. Okay, 5 damage is really good. As you, what weapon are you using there?
The guards club.
So you take the guards club and you just smack it right across its face, and you can see that you hit it on like the bone side, and you just crumple a lot of the bone, but it immediately turns back, its tongue wagging. It's like growling at you at this point. And it's its turn. I think there's 3 of you up, so 1, 2, it's gonna... Actually, no, Long, you threw a weapon at it.
Yeah, I'm at a distance.
Yeah,
You're
it's
at a
just
distance.
2.
So it's just the 2 of you. 1 to 3, it'll be Ashley. 4 to 6, it'll be Billy. It's gonna be Billy. Of course it is. So it's gonna go ahead and do a bite. It's gonna bite you for 3 damage.
Okay, so how does that work? Me and my 1 HP?
So I'm gonna assume you all... So if you went under HP, you're into strength. So reduce your strength and then roll a strength save.
Okay, did I take the 1 damage earlier, by the way?
You did. But there is resting in this game.
In HP left.
There is resting in this game, which usually if you take a moment to like kind of get your breath back, HP can kind of come back. You remember that from Electric Bachelor? As long as you have time to like kind of between scenes, like your HP is a replenishing resource. Your strength doesn't replenish that easily, however. So you'll take 2 points of strength damage, and then roll your save, strength save.
0, 2 puts me down to 9. Then I gotta roll.
And you pass. So you still are not injured. And when you look up the road, I'll say that since you're hanging back a little bit, Robert, you can see that giant hulking tank creature is just like angrily pushing something as it's going along the way. It'll probably be here in 2 rounds. Okay. Rest of you, what do you guys want to do?
Gotta take care of this mutt, so
Yeah, go for it.
throw another one.
Another one.
Okay.
4 damage.
Not sure about this music. Okay. Describe how you kill this thing.
Oh, this time I take my time, breath in, breath out, a straight knife through the head.
Okay. And so you just catch it right on the fleshy side. It kind of goes right into the eye, buries right up to the hilt of, you probably are throwing like steak knives or something, and just and falls down, and it kind of flattens with it onto the ground. Okay.
Oh, Melissa.
Yeah. So you just killed our dog, Long. You just killed Ripley. So it was a boxer. Did I not mention it was a boxer?
Awful.
Thank you for the bits, Bert. I think since he's giving him to me, I think that means it's time for me to roll an extra encounter to complicate matters, Rich.
Okay.
Right? Isn't that
Thanks,
how this
Bert.
works?
Thanks, Bert.
Okay. You guys notice off to the east, climbing over some of the fences and such, are 9 zombies.
9.
These, however, are moving very slow. Some of them have already hopped over. Some of them have fallen to the ground or like dragging themselves to the ground. Others are just like... They're moving very, very slowly, though. These are what are called the sluggish. So they're very slow zombies. These are classic, like, Night of the Living Dead types of zombies. But they're coming at you. You're not sure which one's going to get here first. Is it going to be the tank who's coming from a further distance, or is it going to be these 9 sluggish? But yeah, there's 9 coming at you right now.
All
Oh,
right, Mandy,
God.
pick up Bill here. Let's get to the truck.
Okay. Is the truck even running?
I got the hood open. I slapped the battery in there. Just got to start it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming the keys are in the truck, either like in the little sun visor or in the cup holder or something. I'll look for them.
Boy, that would be super convenient if that was the case.
It would be.
It didn't say truck needs battery and keys. It just said truck needs battery.
It's true. Well, I mean, I'm sure somebody could hotwire it, right? We'll say let's do a luck chest. Roll a d6, and on a 1 to 3, we'll say the keys are as you described them. 4
It
to
was an
6.
inmate. If needed, I was going to say that. It's a skill that I have.
Yeah, we'll say this. You guys know that there's like a magna key underneath one of the heels, underneath one of the wheel wells that you all have kind of put there at this point, or is there.
Okay.
Your mechanic who blew up in the propane incident of 2022, they probably put something there. But yeah. Okay.
Crank the engine with one of the batteries in.
Okay, so roll a willpower test there, Huck, to see if you can. Okay. You make the connections as best you can. You kind of throw out the old corroded battery, and you put the new one in. It's not the same size, but who knows? So you hook it up, and then call out for someone to go start the car. Who's going to start the car? Who hasn't gone yet this round?
I haven't. I can start the car.
So you hop into the truck, and you start it up. And you hear a, and it just kind of sputters out. It doesn't quite catch. Like it's definitely the electrical is working. Like you can definitely tell it. Okay, the battery's working, but it's like it's not starting for some reason.
So question about how fuel works. Like I have 2 fuel as part of my resources. Is that just like on a bandolier or something, or what I have specifically had to say I carry it with me?
Everyone kind of has a bag with them. Like you're kind of assumed to have like kind of a sack. And so like there's specific rules for how this works. Like when you do the inventory, we didn't do it because of the way Foundry's set up, but basically the order in which you list your items matters. The stuff that you want more accessible, you want at the top of your list of inventory, and the stuff that's least accessible is at the bottom. So likely you're probably carrying a can of gas in your bag. Something like that.
So I'll call out to Miss Maddie. What's the gauge at for the fuel?
You take a look, and it looks like it's on empty.
Oh. We should have thought of that earlier. It's empty.
That's okay. I'll give us some of Bessie's fuel. I use it all the time. Clean stuff. I can just dump it in the tank. It's probably fine.
Okay, so on this round, we've had Long's character, Robert, killed the dog. Ashley's character of Miss Mandy has gotten into the car to try to start it. And then Derek's character of Huck hooked up the batteries. Have you done anything, Melissa?
I have not.
Okay, so Billy, it's your turn. You can see that there is a horde of... There's not a horde. There's 9 zombies that have climbed over top of this fence, and they're slowly moving in your direction. And then there's a fast, big-ass zombie that is hustling down the street.
Not good, not good. Can I go in Huck's bag and grab the gas and do the refill?
Okay. So, sure. You'll start...
I'll give it to her.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. All right.
Teamwork.
So, let me see if this Hulk has any throwing abilities.
He's going to pick us up in the truck and just throw it.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot he was throwing trailers. Maybe hitting him with the truck isn't the best idea.
Okay.
That's what I was like,
All right. So it's going to move again. 2 more range. It's going to move at 1 range increment. But then it's going to pick up. It's going to like just reach down. And it's going to like it's just giant like rock like hand just reaches into the concrete, rips up a thing of concrete, and just chucks it in your direction. It's going to land a few feet short of the F-250, but you can see that there's this huge chunk of about 8 foot long, 6 foot wide like rip of concrete that just got thrown at you. The other zombies are gonna move, and now they've moved. So they're in terms of range increments, they've moved out from the backyards of the cul-de-sac, and they are into the cul-de-sac area now. So they are 1 range increment away from you.
Don't let that feller scratch the paint. This truck's too beautiful for this.
Okay, so all of you are around. All of you, with the exception of Robert, are around the truck right now, I believe. So what are y'all doing?
Run over there.
Okay. I'm gonna try and start the truck.
I call shotgun. So I close the hood, get in this passenger seat, and I immediately look in the glove box to see if there's any hidden goodies.
Okay. You go in the goodie. All there is, there's a map, and then there's like the book, and then there's like a handful of like Celine Dion CDs.
Wonderful.
Who's Kellen Dion? I'm asking Mandy as she's trying to start the truck.
So
and she just looks at you and she just doesn't say anything.
CDs? Yes. Celine Dion CDs. Those should be useful. When you start up the truck does eventually start up. Now, one thing I will note is Billy. when you went over to fill the gas up, there was like one of those, like there was like a bit of like tubing that was already out of the truck's gas tank, as if somebody was siphoning gas from this.
I'll take the tubing out, close it up, and I'll just jump into the bed.
Okay. And so Billy, you're in the truck in the bed. Then Robert, where are you? Are you in the bed, or did you get inside the cab?
I'll be in the bed as well.
Okay. And then
Is this a regular cab or extended cab?
It's an extended cab.
But you got all the bells and whistles.
You're in the bed though. Okay. All right. So that's your turns.
Did Mandy go this turn?
Mandy turned the car on, but had to wait for everybody to get in the car.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next turn for the zombies now. As all of the sluggish zombies now, they're up against the walls now, and they're like kind of smashing against the glass and the sides. And then the big old Hulk monster is gonna come moving as well. They're gonna move up, and they're gonna stand right in front of you. And they're gonna just staring at you.
You think this feller's upset because he saw his lease agreement?
Okay. Your turns. What do you want to do?
I want to just bust it out of there.
Yeah.
Okay. Describe where you want to go. Like right now, you're literally pointed at this big thing. That's just like literally 3 feet in front of you. You've got a horde of about 9 zombies that are clinging to the side. Some are trying to climb into the bed.
I'm gonna make like the best like 3-point-ish turn of my life, and I'm gonna put that bitch in reverse, go backwards, and then not really caring how fast I'm going, and if I'm skidding, I'll turn a little bit and then go forward and then just try and turn.
That was like 1,000 movements. Roll a dex save to see if any of that actually happens. In your mind, this is what you were doing.
Oh no!
In your mind.
Happen.
But you crank it in reverse. You try to back it up, and you didn't realize that there was a mailbox right back there, and you smash right into the mailbox. The top part of the mailbox goes flying into the bed, nearly hits Billy in the face, but doesn't. You try to turn it around. You get the wheel caught up on the curb a little bit.
It's like a manual transmission.
Yeah. And everything's just sort of thrown out. Like you're kind of weaving out away. You have managed to move like a full range increment away from this big old tank creature. And I'm going to say I have 9, right? So we'll say I'm going to roll a d20. No, I'm going to roll a d6 to see how many of them kind of cling. Sorry, what did I say? 9? I'm going to roll a 1d9 to see how many of the zombies cling to the truck as it moves around. Oh, no. 5 of the zombies are clinging to the truck. The other 4 you have run over completely, and they're out of the fight. Like, you've just smashed them as you've flailed around, fishtailing. Other 3 of you, what do you want to do?
This has power windows, right?
Yeah.
So I'll just roll the window down and just try to, like, stab at the ones clinging to the truck and be like, get the hell off. We found this first.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage on one. 3 damage.
3 damage.
Okay, let me double check theirs. Okay. Yeah, you smash away at it, but it still clings. It's like, I'm gonna go ahead and roll a dex save to see if it hangs on. You haven't killed it, but we'll see if it manages to cling still, and it does. It stays clinging to the actual truck itself. Billy and Robert, what do you want to do?
Yeah, take my stick and start shoving it off the truck.
It is a Klingon, indeed. Someone swing your batliff. Okay, so in the back, you do 4 damage to another one, and you start smacking away. Is your walking stick a D6 or a D4?
I count it as medium melee.
The walking stick you got from your from actual character creation, which I think means it's
Yeah.
a D4. And I'm not trying to
Okay.
screw you over. I'm actually trying to help you because you rolled a 4, which means it would explode.
Oh.
So roll another D4. I'll give it to you even though you rolled
Okay.
a D6. I'll give it to you. Just roll a D4. Because you did 6 damage to it. So that's gonna... Okay. I'm gonna roll a dex to see if it hangs on. It does.
Holy.
Jeez. It's still...
It's a popular model,
smashing.
you know?
It's just everyone really likes it. Like there was a Dodge Ram in the neighboring trailer park, but
No,
no,
we don't do
one-
that. Yeah.
Screw those. This one's gotta hit me. And Billy, what do you want to do?
So, Billy with her club. Which I
Okay.
just realized.
Ah,
Oh, nice. Yeah.
What she wants to do is she kind of wants to run the club along the top edge of the bed to try to like cut their hands off of the ones that are grabbing onto the side of the bed.
okay, I like that.
So we're doing it.
We'll make that a contested dex, but I'm gonna give you it with advantage. So roll 2 d20s and take the better, and we'll say that there's in the bed. We'll say there's 3 back there. So I'll roll 3 dexes and to see if any of them. So 7 was your best.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do dex saves with 3 of them. One of them hangs on. The other 2 fall off.
Okay.
So we only got 3 with us now.
So there's only there's now just 3 clinging to the actual truck itself, and 2 of those have taken damage. But it is their turn. So if you guys are able to attack them, they're going to be able to attack you. So I think there's 3 of them, and I think they're going to attack. One of you is going to take a hit from all of them, with the exception of Miss Mandy. So we'll say the one that's going to go for Robert in the back is going to try to just reach out and slam you with the flailing arm that it's not using to cling. So 3 points of damage.
Okay, it's still good.
Okay. And then the one is going to swing a wild claw inside the shotgun, the passenger side of the truck, and try to get you in the face, Huck, and that's going to be 1 point of damage. And then back on the bed, the one that just managed to stay clinging on is going to sweep back out with a slam towards Billy. 2 damage.
All right.
Billy, I need you to roll a strength save.
Billy, are you wearing jeans, by the way?
Sure.
Billy Jean, okay.
It's not my lover.
That's a fail.
Okay. So in the back, Robert, you notice as Billy takes a terrible slash across the face and she falls in the truck. She's still in the bed of the truck. She didn't fall out, but she falls, and you can tell that she's injured severely. She's got
It would be kind of funny, though, if it's like a bad video game where she just ragdolls out of the back of the truck from being...
It's physics. It's just physics. Okay. Then the tank, or Hulk, the game calls it, will move, and then will slam the truck.
He can keep up with us?
She didn't move very far. She was like
Oh,
flailing
okay.
around.
I
Remember,
was about to be
she failed her
terrified.
test. If she
Yeah,
passed,
right.
I was gonna say like she'll basically get away, but he's gonna step forward and attempt to slam, and that's a full 8 points damage. Don't worry, damage is not exploding against you all; it's only exploding against zombies. So 8 points of damage against the truck. I'm gonna say the truck's got 20 health. Let's say. And so this big smack right down into the middle of the hood in the front of the truck. You can see it immediately turns into a V. Those of you in the back in the bed, you feel yourselves lift up as the force of the blow has caused the truck to move around. But the truck is still running and is now your turns. There are still 3 zombies that are clinging to the truck, and now you've got this big old tank monster in front of you. What do you want to do?
I'll take care of the
Mandy's-
remaining ones. I'll wait
Yeah.
after the truck moves, though.
Go in whatever order you want.
One can go, and then I'll go.
Okay.
I was gonna wait for the truck to move in case I like flung others off.
Okay.
Okay, so then I'm just gonna try and move as fast as I can away.
All right. Roll a
Quick
dex
question.
save. Yeah.
When the Hulk monster hit the truck, did that shift any of the zombies clinging to it?
That's a fair question. Yeah. Let's roll. I'll roll 3 dex saves for them. One falls, another falls, and one is still clinging. So 2 of them fall off. We'll say 2 of them they fall off, but they're not like run over because they just fell off. But the third one is still clinging. So that means that they're going to have to spend their turn, their move, like as a move action. So the sluggish, just to peel back the curtain a little bit, they can either move or attack in a round. They can't do both. So these 2 will have to climb back onto the truck, and they won't be able to attack. So Ashley, if you're driving, go ahead and roll your dex save to try to get around the tank. You drive and you try your best to move it around, but now the hood is all folded and it's hard to see. You gun it, you bump into him in this big old tank. You can feel the wheels kick up on the left. You slam forward into what looks like a palm tree of some kind. You curve it around a bit, back up and start moving, but you never quite clear the distance. And so the thing still is right behind you. The last one is no longer clinging to your truck. So you've managed to free the truck from all of the sluggish, but you haven't cleared this big hulking monster.
Okay.
So
right.
the rest of you can go.
So let me ask, while Mandy is driving the truck like past the tank monster, do our turns take place in like the same sequence of like 6 seconds for a round?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. So what I'll try and do is throw my fishing or my net that came with my background over the monster's head, so he has to like
Okay. Just try to entangle him a bit, just annoy him.
just to piss him off even more.
Okay.
And as I'm like getting the net out of my backpack, I'm like, I don't think this thing's keeping the Kelly Blue Book value with that big dent in it.
I'll say roll a dex save at advantage. You're a fisherman. You know how to throw. This net. It's a little bit different than normal though, and it is a moving truck, so you still have to make the roll. Okay, you lean out, super easy, and you chuck it, and you can see that it wraps around its face, and it seems to have blinded it currently. Okay, so then the rest of you can go.
I'll take care of the last zombie that's hanging on.
No, they've fallen. All of them have now fallen.
All of them now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can, if you want, tend to Billy, who has fallen and has a terrible gash along her face.
Right. What can I do to help here?
You basically just tell me that you're gonna spend time tending to her. That's basically it.
Make sure she's stable here.
Yeah, so you get down there, you wad up some kind of cloth that you might have, hold it against her cheek and her neck, and make sure that the blood's coagulating as best it can. Okay. Ashley drove, so now it's the tank's turn, and the tank will...
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, I keep calling it a tank because it's a Left 4 Dead tank, but it's a Hulk. Hulk is in the game.
Yeah, when he picked up the street, I'm like, oh, great.
That's why I did that. I was just flavoring it up.
Flavor.
Yeah, but that's what it was. I love that game so much. All right, so it's going to slam the truck again. This time, it's behind you, and so it's going to come up and it's going to slam the bed.
Oh no.
Is it at disadvantage because it's blind?
That's a fair point. Let me double check the rule summary really quick for blinded. Saves relying on vision suffer disadvantage. It does not actually roll a save. It's just rolling damage. So no. I will say this just for the sake of it. I'll have it roll a second time and take the lower.
Imagine you get a second 8.
No, I rolled a 1. It
wow.
hits it.
Oh.
Okay, so you're laying down. Billy, you're laying down. You're okay, but I want Robert to roll a dex save at advantage because it wasn't a direct hit to see if you can keep your balance in the truck or if you get thrown off. You're okay.
I'm good.
You stumble around a bit, slam your head against like the wheel bed, but you get back to helping her out. All right, it's your turns.
I want y'all to go first before I try driving.
I put a reassuring hand on Mandy's shoulder as I pop the CD, and I'm like, maybe Kellen Dion will help you with the nerves. And I just turn the radio on with the
I
CD.
yell from the
put it
back
on.
of the bed. Get a move on already, lady.
No, I think it's not like one of those nice ones. It's where she's almost sounding like Shakira. She does a weird Okay, deck save.
That was my
I was gonna say I was gonna give it to you at
Uh-huh.
advantage because like you're out in front of it now. It's not blocking
What's
your
advantage?
casting of guidance.
roll it a second time and you take the better roll.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
And so you manage to speed off before it's able to grab the bed and keep
It
you
was
from
the
moving
Celine
away.
Dion that
Yeah.
helped.
I knew it.
You hear the little flute. You know what I'm talking about? Nobody? You know me?
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
Celine Dion.
I
She's
wanted to
terrible.
be the song that was in
I don't want to die listening to this. It's fair enough. Okay. All right. So we'll say you speed away and you outpace this thing. Where are you going?
Where are we going, Miss Mandy? Is this
I
like a
wanna
field
say-
trip?
She's just like cruising down Hemlock Drive.
Okay.
And
These are real names. I took like a layout of a actual trailer park and they have names. There's like Juniper Circle, Hemlock Drive. It's beautiful.
yeah.
Tabernacle Square or something. All right, where do you want to go?
Where do you guys want to go? Because right now she's just cruising along.
Weren't we looking for the child again, Kaylee? Think we could
Mhm.
find her in this?
She might be dead.
Or we go
Maybe.
for guns.
I looked in the glove box, but all I got was the CDs. This thing needs an oil change at 3,000 miles, according to the maintenance record in the book.
The service engine light is on, actually.
There's
Oh,
guns.
shit. Well, it did get slammed.
It did get just punched.
Yeah.
There is a big barricade like from in between the sides,
There
so
is
I don't know
indeed.
if we can head over there with the truck.
You would not be able to, but it doesn't mean you couldn't get there. You would have to kind of go off-roading. You'd have to get...
This is, Miss
Yeah.
Mandy, this is a truck. Even the chain link fence can't stop. You already screwed the paint up when you hit the
You know
mailbox.
what?
We're not
Let's
getting the
do
value
it.
out of this. Not just
We're off-roading.
We're
Okay.
going toward Chestnut Circle.
All right, where do you want to go to try to find Kaylee?
I wanted guns.
You know that she's a skateboarder. You know that she's a teen.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe she's skateboarding in the pool.
Anybody grow up here? Where'd you go to smoke pot? That's where we should look.
I mean, in the pool, probably, if it's empty.
Mandy, roll a
Yes.
charisma save.
So what is that, Will?
Your willpower, yeah. Okay.
9.
Yeah, we'll say this. Back when you all did have the marijuana, at one
The devil's lettuce.
At one point, little old Kaylee, you and her were smoking the reefer, and she was showing you all sorts of cool tricks
I'm a teacher.
in the empty pool. You're a
You were
PE
confiscating
teacher,
it.
substitute teacher for middle school.
History teacher.
You weren't just doing marijuana. You were doing the
History.
cocaine. That's the only way you were making it through middle school as a sub.
You're not a
telling
teacher anymore.
You know, I hold my principles. I have to yell at my Kaylee now.
Okay.
She made me do
Why
weed.
you hold your principal? He probably can't do his job that way.
So you drive over, off-roading. Some teachers do know how to get that. I could tell a story, but never mind. I'm not going to. Never mind.
Later.
I'm gonna tell you that.
Later.
I probably should do it because like I might get them in trouble if they're still subbing. That was many years ago though. They're probably dead now. What am I talking about? I'm so old. Hang on. I'm doing the math about how old I am and how long ago that was. Wow, that's
Stop.
really long time ago. Roll. So you're. I'm not gonna make you roll. Never mind. You find a way off road,
Okay.
and you head to the direction of the clubhouse where you know the shared swimming pool is. You know that there's a metal gated fence around it. You know that there was like a key card access thing. You pull up, and you look through the gates. There's some vegetation. Some of it's died out. Some of it's still pretty good. And what you see is a fairly alarming sight. As you can see that the swimming pool is like surrounded by just bodies.
Oh,
Just
God.
so many bodies. And you're not sure if they're all they're almost look like one big giant fleshy mass.
Is it moving?
Do we see
It does
Kaylee?
appear to be moving. How close do you want to get there, Ashley?
Well, I mean, I'm in the car, and the car's running for me.
I know, that's why I said, how close do you want to get? You're driving.
That
Maybe
pile
just
of
time to
bodies
short
is
rest in the
jiggling.
back.
Not like I don't. Probably near like the 63.
Okay. Well, then you definitely can't see anything. All you can see is there's a
But we're
giant
gonna get it.
fleshy mass.
Yeah. But I think we should like get out because I don't want to take the truck too close. What do you
Okay.
guys think?
I'll go with you.
Oh
You
God.
want to go into the bodies place?
I
Apparently.
mean, we're
yes.
looking for Kaylee.
You know that there was a quite a bit, like there was like inside the club. Everyone's kind of stayed away from the clubhouse because it's like there was a whole mess load of like bodies that were just kind of collected there. Probably back when someone was trying to keep some semblance of order, and no one's really ever done anything with them. They've just been there in like the clubhouse, and like now that you're looking out, you see that there's this giant fleshy group. There's like little. It just almost looks connected, like these tenuous like bits of tendrils and skin kind of connected all these old wrinkly people.
Gross.
I don't know if I want to go next to that. It looks like lasagna.
Well, I don't want to eat lasagna. We'll say this. How close do you want to get? You want to sneak up?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a dex save. See how close you can get.
I've been doing so great with these.
Okay.
10.
You get up very close, and you can see that they've seems to have like poured out of like the French doors that go into the clubhouse, and they're kind of off their hinges, and it's just like this giant, like almost taffy like substance with occasional like bumps of like arms and heads and it's like this big blobby fleshy mass. And you can see that on the ground next to the pool is Kaylee's skateboard.
God damn it, Kaylee.
Well, she's dead.
Can I do like an observation thing to see if maybe I've noticed like
Hiding place or something?
yeah.
I'll say that with how close you've gotten with that dex save, you can't see into the pool, but you can see everything else. And there's like a couple deck chairs and stuff that have been thrown about here and there. Some tables and such. You don't see her hiding anywhere there. You just see a big fleshy mass that's sort of mostly surrounding the pool, and then like there's this skateboard on the deck.
Oh God.
There's a deck on the deck.
I don't see like parts of Kaylee in the fleshy mass.
Well, you just got 100 bits, so I'll say this. You know that Kaylee was a huge My Chemical Romance fan, and she had on like a My Chemical Romance, this faded black concert t-shirt, and she used to tell you about it. You can see that one of the figures within the giant fleshy mass is wearing a My Chemical Romance t-shirt.
Oh no, she's gone. I'm sorry, Kaylee donated bits to just find out that she's dead.
Yep.
All right.
I didn't say she was dead. I said there's a t-shirt in there.
Good as dead.
Okay.
Can I take a moment just to short rest for heal?
Yeah, you guys are good. You can go. You take your HP back. If you took any attribute damage, you can't take that back. Just your HP.
Okay.
1 point back.
So would you guys be interested in looking further at this fleshy mass, or do we want to bounce towards guns?
Oh, that's an
Huck is still-
abomination.
Yeah, Huck is still up by the truck, just kind of looking down over at you, kind of leaning on the side of the truck. Like, I ain't getting near that lasagna monster.
Who's in the bed right now of the truck?
I am.
And you guys are standing up and looking around. You look off to the north, and you can see that there is a massive massive herd of zombies that are moving in your direction. This is the herd that was talked about on the radio.
Oh yeah, it's here earlier than we expected.
Shit.
Got a little bit of time, but not like a ton of time.
So our understanding is that anything that is down inside the pool is a zombie.
We couldn't see inside the pool. We
You
just
can't
saw
see
something
inside the pool.
surrounding it.
Just around it.
That's not how it works. Pools are like underneath it, and like you're
And I'm
looking.
in the bed of a truck, so I'm up.
You left the truck well behind. She actually specifically said she parked it a ways because she didn't want to risk it.
Yeah, I didn't want to make too much noise and awaken the bodies.
Fair enough.
Yeah, then I think I'm just gonna head back to the truck to see what they want to do. And like let them know what I saw.
I don't know if I have enough food to adopt that many mouths to feed. I think we should just leave Kaylee there. She probably likes it better.
Oh,
She has lots of friends to talk with now, right?
I guess. Kaylee, believe in me. I'm sorry you're dead.
I want to get the hell out of here because I see stuff moving north of us, and Billy seems to fall down quite a lot. The club's a dual-handed sword, or whatever the phrase is. A double-edged sword, that one.
Yeah,
Word
we should
to the
pick whoever
guns.
wants to come and get out of here.
So where are you going? Or
We're gonna head towards more into the west with what was it, Cletus?
okay, if you go further into the west, you're going to be driving the truck right past the community pool because it's right off the road that goes to the west.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you're driving the truck right now. Like a second ago you were keeping it at a distance. Now you're literally driving it past.
I personally vote we drive south and just leave Keith and his wife to drive the Honda. They got access to the road. We could take the truck right here past the Wave Building, is what it's called, or the maintenance shed. We'll just go.
There's also Justin. Don't forget about Justin, Kaylee's dad.
I feel like
I
Justin's
mean-
having a good old time playing Magic on his phone, or Untitled
think-
card game.
Yeah, I think he's zombie-like enough. He'll be fine.
He'll blend right in.
Okay.
It'll be like Shaun of the Dead, where they're just and doing the same thing, and it's fine.
Okay. So what's
I do
the consensus
feel
then?
bad for Miss Dottie though.
Oh, she's
Huck
probably
votes to
doing
leave.
demon shit now.
Okay.
Yeah, I also vote to just leave.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous. We'll just
Okay.
get out of here.
So what are you gonna throw at us, Jeff?
Oh no, that's fine. We're nearing the end. It's all good. Well, I just gotta do one little thing. One little thing really quick.
Don't mind the private roll.
Okay. No, everything's fine. So you guys head south, away from. You leave burning something such. What was it called? Burnt cabin such and such. Let me just throw
Burnt
some on the wall.
cabins. Trailer
You
park.
drive south and you find that the zombies had organized a hidden platoon behind you, and now you're pinched between them.
You drive. You're off-roading for a bit. You drive
Yeah.
past the maintenance building, the maintenance shed. You're onto like this kind of rocky stuff. You go up against the canal for a little bit, and you just drive
Bessie, we forgot my boat.
until you can't see anything anymore. Later that night, as you all have exhausted your first tank of gas, you're at this point, I mean, it's been miles and hours. Like, you're well away from the zombie herd. Like, you saw the tank thing try to throw something feebly at you as you were leaving. But you hear, like, the radio kick on, and hey y'all doing out there? This is the Archangel Gabe speaking. Like I said, them spitters ain't gonna get me, and I hope that herd didn't get none of y'all. Last reports I heard, it was stopped outside of some poor old trailer park. I certainly hope there was nobody left in that place when that herd arrived. And as you guys are listening to that, you hear this. And you look around at each other, and Mandy, you look over to your left, and you see Billy looking at you Her eyes
Melissa.
are suddenly like white. There's these veins that are popping in the face that you didn't expect to see, and like it's almost as if the skin has gotten super leathery, and it's going to reach out and attack you as Billy has been zombified.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Can Robert, I need you to Spartan kick Billy out of the truck. She's being unruly again.
You guys have come to a
am
stop.
I driving
You're not driving
or no?
anymore. No, you come to a stop because like,
Oh,
you ran
that's
out of
right. I forgot
gas.
we ran out of
It's
gas, yeah.
dark and everything, so you'd have to reload everything. But she's going to reach out and try to bite. Just go ahead and roll a d6, Melissa. It's Billy. Okay.
1.
And does 1 point of damage to Mandy.
Okay.
Okay. Right. One other thing I gotta roll. Okay. Okay. Got it. Who's next?
All right, Billy. If this is some sort of sick joke, blink twice now or forever hold your peace.
You guys know it's not a sick joke. You've seen this before.
All right, I'll tackle her into the fire we got going.
But Robert, why you gotta be tackling him? We're getting too up close and personal. I need you to put some distance, respect boundaries.
Boom. All right, got the 11th.
Okay, you tackle her, and okay, sure. Roll. Let's say that's for you tackling into the fire, but not managing to you yourself avoid the little fire. So roll a d6 for damage to Billy.
2.
I thought it was wild thing. Okay, 2 points of damage. As you're tackling her to the ground, you realize like something's different about her.
No.
Her skin is almost like it's like hardened. Like it's like this hard bark-like substance. And as you tackle her to the ground, like a couple of her clothes catch on fire. But you're not sure if like the fire has burnt through the skin at all. Okay, so then who would like to go next?
I'll try and, while she's lying in the fire, just try and like stab her in the eye or something.
Okay, we'll say she's prone. Go ahead and you can roll 2 and take the higher.
Okie doke. That is a 5.
Or actually, you know what we could do? Roll a d12 instead. We'll say that these are like enhanced. I think the term's enhanced. What was the term that they used again? It's like when you attack from like a higher ground or something like that.
Oh, okay. So a 6.
Okay, so that's a little bit better.
Are you thinking about advantage?
Enhanced. Enhanced attacks
Okay.
inflict 1d12. And so I'm going to say because she's laying prone and you go to attack her, it'll be an enhanced attack and you get your 6 points of damage. And what weapon were you using?
The fishing spear.
And even stabbing through, you realize you managed to get through. You hear, but like the blade itself is very difficult to get through.
Guys, it feels like I'm stabbing a spare tire. It's very rough and like hard.
Okay. Then it'll be Mandy's turn.
I'm gonna pull out my bat and just whack her head with it.
Okay, same deal. Roll a d12. Okay.
Ow.
Okay. And that, like, you hit her and it barely did anything. You see, like, a little flaky pieces of, like, dried, leathery skin. Gonna rip
You think
off.
she has dandruff?
Then, Billy, it's your turn. You just want to eat these people. So you can pick whoever it is you want to eat and just eat one of them.
The last person that tried to hit me.
Okay. Clearly, you're going to stand up and then you're going to attack. So who you want to attack? So that's going to be...
The last person to hit me was Mandy.
All right, go for it.
It's gonna be short
D6.
2.
Okay, 2 more points of damage to Mandy. Okay. All right. Who's next? The 3 of you can go.
Did we already refuel the truck?
No, I mean, you're probably camping out for the night.
I can go next. I don't really don't have any other items left. I guess I'll just make another melee attack.
Go for it.
So we'll just roll the d6. That's a 3.
Okay. Yeah, the blade just like kind of carves off harmlessly.
As I'm like stabbing at her, I'm like, Billy, are you just irritated because of your dry scalp? We might have head and shoulders somewhere.
Oh man, if we have body lotion, we got so much body lotion. Who's next?
I'll take a look around the area we're in, if there's some sort of secluded area or like a pit.
Okay, roll a d6. 1 to 3, you can find something nearby. 4 to 6, nothing nearby. Nothing nearby. You do see a fairly large, like rock, like a couple stones that you're kind of sitting on, a couple rocks you could potentially pick up, then a fairly large like cactus nearby, like one of those swirl cactuses nearby.
I'll just suggest that I don't think we're doing any damage to her. We might need to restrain her or isolate her.
You are. It's just she's very sturdy.
Oh,
She's the one with the chain, Robert. I'm not going to take it from her.
Posture check. Archangel Gabriel says that we need to fix our posture. Okay.
if that's the case, then maybe I'll use my flashlight on her. Maybe I can blind her somehow.
Okay. So you
I
want,
had that same thought.
you
Yeah.
want to focus on just flashing the light in her eyes. Okay. All right. I like it. And then Mandy, what do you want to do?
Mandy's stubborn. She's just gonna try and hit her again.
Okay.
3.
Just doesn't even seem to get through.
Yeah.
It's a nice bong.
It's so funny because she has 1 HP, and like I rolled a mutation for her, and her mutation was leathery skin, which increases, like gives her defense, which is hilarious. So Billy, who are you attacking?
Same person was the last one.
All right,
so
Mandy.
I'm gonna stick to it.
D6 again.
3.
3 more points of damage. That should put you into strength.
Yes, it does.
Roll a strength save. After marking your loss of strength. Okay.
Oh, failed it.
Okay. And so you guys see as Billy leans forward, like just the hit from Mandy's big old bat just harmlessly ricocheting off, and she just and just starts burying her teeth into the neck of Mandy, and you see Mandy just kind of, and they both just go to the ground.
And I like wrestle Billy off of Miss Mandy.
Yeah, roll a strength
Or, like,
save.
pull her
We'll
off?
do
Yeah.
opposed strengths. So go, both of you roll strengths.
Just yelled at Robert for the wrestling of the zombies, and then you go do it.
I'm pulling you off. That's different. There's a very big
sure.
difference there.
Roll a strength save. So roll. You have a strength of 10. So roll a d20 there, Melissa. You have to basically beat an 8. Okay, you failed. So
Alright.
he manages to push you off of her.
And then I don't know if I can, like, I don't know if throwing off is my full action, but if not, I want to use, you say we all have a personal item to like restore stress.
Yeah.
So
I didn't
wanna
really
use
do much
mine in
stress. I probably should have done more stress tonight. But
I want to use mine in a creative way. My personal item was the singing bass on the.
you and your damn singing bass. Okay.
So after I throw Billy off, I'm like, press the button to make it sing and dance, and I throw it and like, here, think fast, catch. That'll
Okay.
amuse you, and like look at Miss Mandy, see if she's okay.
Okay. So
And he's just singing, be happy to Billy.
So right now, the zombie Billy is being harassed by Robert, who's shining a flashlight at her eyes, and this singing bass. So just complete and utter. Okay. I think Mandy, you were injured though because you failed your strength save.
Yes.
So you can't really do anything. And then I think it's a new round. So if you want to do something other than flashlight, you can do something long.
Yeah, I'll throw my knives from this distance.
Okay, you step away and you throw a knife at her. Go ahead.
I'll only do 1 for damage.
Bounces harmlessly off of her skin. Billy, what do you want to do? You've got this bleeding one on the ground that you just gnawed at their neck. You've got this strange bass singing in front of you. Well, roll a will test. You needed an 8, and you rolled a 7. I know you have an 11. I have different stats for you now. These have an 8 will, and you rolled a 7. So you do manage to discern the difference between a singing bass and a living, breathing flesh beast that you can eat. So I'll say that you got knocked off. The closest person to you is probably the one on the ground. So you can probably still bite her foot or something like that without having to like do too much effort. So go ahead and roll your bite.
Okay.
It's another D6.
Yeah, I was debating whether the light in the eyes was annoying enough or not.
That was just gonna make you have a disadvantage on strength save, but you already failed in the opposed strength save, so I didn't bother to have you roll the second time.
So 3 damage to Miss Mandy.
Okay, so she's just continuing to get chomped down.
So do I just continue to subtract from my strength?
Yep.
Okay.
So the two of you guys, you see that Billy is just gnawing down on the leg now of poor Miss Mandy, and you guys keep trying to do things, but can't quite get through.
I'm just gonna stab
her.
Billy, and like as she goes to open her mouth, I'm just gonna try and stab her in the mouth.
Okay. At this point, roll a d12 because she's on the ground again.
All right.
So, all
That's
right.
a big 3.
Yeah. It's just too tough. What do you want to do, Long?
I'm gonna pick up Minnie's spiked bat here. Try bashing her head in.
Okay, sounds good. D12. It's enhanced.
12.
Yeah.
Say, Robert, you ever wonder if she was
I
holding
only
back
did
all
one
this?
Yeah.
You ever wonder
Awful rolls.
if she was holding this back on us the whole time?
You guys are just beating down on Billy, and she's just like, you just can't get through this leathery armored skin. We just lost Ashley.
Oh,
That's a shame.
She did just die.
Yeah. Hopefully she'll come back. Oh, no. Let's see. Do I have anything with 4 people?
Oh yeah, this did throw off the.
Yeah, I'm gonna
camera
put
view.
us. I'm gonna put us temporarily. I'm gonna put us on the malice thing because I think that should work. There we go. Just so that you can see our faces and such, and you can see the map. Look at that. They can see the map of the trailer park. Isn't that wonderful? Our names were the wrong places and such because we just lost Ashley, unfortunately. But we're at the end anyway, so that's fine. Okay, so I'm just gonna wrap this up since Ashley's not here. We'll say, eventually, you're able to get through what have become ridiculous defenses, as this leathery skin has afforded this kind of armor. But you eventually get through it. But by the time you do, Miss Mandy has been bit in so many places. She's unconscious. She's bleeding. She's dying. And you know that it's just a matter of time before she turns. And so it's a question of what do you all want to do? What do the two of you want to do?
Well, we know what's best, right?
Okay.
I always like Miss Mandy. I feel like she can't hurt no one out here. We can just drive away and leave her here, and she can sit by the campfire forever, you know, till someone else comes along.
Let's at least rip off her nails and teeth.
Okay, creep. Okay. So you spend a little time ripping out her teeth, ripping off her fingers and her nails before she's actually turned, and you climb back into the F-250, and the two of you drive off away, leaving the two of them behind, and that is the end of our story tonight. What the
jeez.
happened? Okay.
I didn't see
enough.
that twist coming.
No.
Oh
Like,
goodness.
I'm going to fight a zombie with flashlights in the eyes, and then I'm going to take off.
I was so excited when
Teeth and
Melissa
fingers.
eventually failed this save, which meant that she was going to become the zombie. That was hilarious. After
What was
everything,
that?
I was waiting for
she
it.
failed one of her strength saves when she was taking damage in the back of the
Yeah,
truck.
it was-
So
Yeah,
basically,
as soon as she got
yeah.
scratched, I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna close it up then. We lost Ashley. Unfortunately, she's having some internet troubles. But she ended. We went out on a bang. It was fun. Sorry to switch over to the different board. It's the only one I have with a 4-person setup. So let's just touch base really quick on what we're going to be doing. So I know tomorrow night, if you want to catch Ashley, she's going to be over on the Defenders of Cobalt stream, as they are going to be on the Goodman Games official, so you can actually catch Ashley playing without us because she hates us now because we just killed her while she wasn't here. Then you can catch me and Melissa on Monday back here on our own channel as we're playing and continuing our Alien game, which is wonderful. We had 2 character deaths tonight. We'll probably have under 2 character deaths on Monday, I would imagine, so that'd be great. You can catch me Tuesday afternoons over on Garblike Games playing Call of Cthulhu, which is great. And then coming up in a couple weeks on our channel, we're going to be starting up a Delta Green campaign. So you should come check that out when that comes. So I'm going to go ahead and throw us on the end screen. And I'm going to go ahead and raid one of our friends to see who's still actually playing right now. And thanks for joining us tonight. Those of you who did. Thank you for those of you who gave us bits. Definitely appreciate it. Bert, I am so excited for Delta Green. I've been reading the Impossible Landscapes campaign. It's just so good. It's so good. You should read it if you haven't. I just love it. It's my kind of game. It's like crazy surreal horror. It's just so good. Anyway, but if you just again, I know I don't have the thing up anymore because of the overlay, but we were playing The Dead Are Coming. Great game, Diogo Nogueira. It's by Gallant Knight Games. You can catch it on itch. You can catch it on ttrpg. Take a look. It was part of the Old Skull trilogy with Signal Screens and Running Out of Time. One of them's like a cyberpunk version, one of them's like a alien space horror version, and one of them's a zombie version. So we play the zombie version, and when we have time, we're probably going to play the cyberpunk version next. So I would imagine you're going to see us doing that at some point in the near future on the channel. So have a good night. Thanks, everybody. And we're going to throw it in the end screen and just hang tight, and a raid will go, and we'll find somebody that'll doing some cool stuff. So, bye-bye.
See ya.